The evolution of generations in Mabumbaland. Welcome to Mabumbaland, a village where tradition and modernity dance in a hilarious, chaotic waltz. Let's take a journey through the generations and see how they evolved into the Gen Z whirlwind we know today. First, there were the ancestors, the great-great-grandparents. In these days, Wi-Fi was unheard of, and the only net people talked about was the one used to catch fish. Communication was through drumbeats and smoke signals. When they said, "I'll message you," it meant literally sending a child running across the village with a spoken message. Courtship was simple: see someone you like at the river, bring a goat to their parents, and voila, marriage. The traditionalists. Next, we have the traditionalists, the great-grandparents. They had their first taste of technology with the introduction of radios. Every evening, the whole family gathered around to listen to the news and a soap opera that had everyone hooked. Imagine a whole village pausing because The Adventures of Wanjiku and Mwangi was on. The baby boomers. Then came the baby boomers, the grandparents. They witnessed the arrival of black and white televisions. Suddenly, every household had a TV, and people gathered to watch the evening news and the occasional soccer match. The concept of a telephone emerged, but it was one per village. If you wanted to call someone, you had to wait your turn at the village's communication center, which was actually just a tree with a phone hanging from it. Generation X. The parents, Generation X, ushered in a new era. They saw the advent of colored TVs, mobile phones, the size of bricks, and computers, which were rare and expensive. Social gatherings shifted from the village square to clubs where people danced to modern tunes. Courtship became a bit more complex. Now you had to impress with your dance moves and knowledge of the latest Michael Jackson hits. Millennials. Now, let's talk about millennials, the older siblings. They grew up with the internet. Social media platforms like Facebook, MySpace, and later Instagram became their playground. They experienced the shift from Nokia 3310s, where Snake was the ultimate game, to smartphones. Communication evolved to texting and later video calls. Courtship moved online, and sliding into DMs became a legitimate strategy. Gen Z. Finally, we arrive at Gen Z, the current generation. These kids are born with smartphones in their hands. Their idea of fun is making TikTok videos, and they just communicate through memes and GIFs. Books. Only if they're e-books. Traditional proverbs have turned into hashtags. A typical conversation goes something like this. Parent: when I was your age, I used to walk 10 miles to school. Gen Z kid: sour, boomer. Hashtag too much info. Gen Z in Mabumbaland have their own unique language, full of funny Swahili words, or sheng. For example, Rada, Safi, Ni Kufinish Kumalu. These kids are tech-savvy and fearless, challenging norms and pushing boundaries. They are the trendsetters, the influencers, the YouTubers. Their courtship involves swiping right and sending emojis. They believe in equality, climate change action, and being woke. Yet, despite all the technology, they still appreciate a good story from grandma about how life was back in the day, albeit while recording it for their followers. Who knows what the future holds for the next generation in Mabumbaland? Maybe they'll be born with virtual reality headsets and teleportation devices. But one thing is for sure, the spirit of Mabumbaland will always blend the old with the new, creating a unique and comical tapestry of life. Yours truly, Lillian.